Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the future of higher education marketing.
Right.
We've got articles, blog posts, we've even got some student surveys.
Wow.
Really trying to get a handle on how universities can thrive, not just survive,
Right.
in this crazy digital age.
Yeah, it's a fascinating landscape, really is.
It is.
A lot of opportunities and challenges out there.
It is, and one of the biggest challenges I saw in all this research
Right.
is this idea of a student engagement crisis. We've got these bustling campuses, tons of activities, but
Yeah.
underneath it all, a lot of students are struggling
Yeah.
with loneliness. They're feeling lost.
Yeah, it's almost counterintuitive, isn't it?
Right.
You think, you've got this bustling campus life, but the reality is a lot of students are struggling.
They are, and the data shows it.
Yeah.
And it's not really that surprising when you think about all the pressures that students are facing these days. Just the academic demands are so high.
Absolutely. And you've got the digital distractions.
Yes.
The constant bombardment of information and social media.
Yeah.
It's a lot to handle.
It's a lot. And then on top of that,
Yeah.
you've got, the pressure of finding their place in the world.
Right.
Figuring out, who am I?
Exactly.
What do I want to do with my life?
Yeah,
All of that adds up to make it harder than ever to really connect
it does.
and feel that sense of belonging.
Yeah, and that lack of connection. It's not just about feeling sad or lonely.
Right.
It has real consequences.
It does.
Lower engagement leads to lower student satisfaction,
Yeah.
lower retention rates,
Yeah.
and it can even impact academic performance.
It really can. So what are universities doing about this?
Well, one of the most promising solutions we're seeing is this rise of student engagement software.
Okay.
And these platforms, what they're doing is they're using technology to create more personalized and engaging experiences for students.
So it's like a virtual guide throughout their college journey.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, it's like having a companion along the way.
I like that. So give me an example. What does that look like in practice?
Okay, so imagine a software platform that creates like a virtual roadmap for each student,
Okay.
right? So from the moment they enroll, they have a clear path laid out
Got it.
with milestones, achievements, support systems built right in.
So it's breaking down this often really overwhelming college experience
Exactly.
into manageable steps,
Yeah.
giving them a sense of direction.
Right, because a lot of times students feel lost,
Yeah.
right? They don't know where to go,
Yeah.
who to talk to.
Absolutely.
This kind of software can really help with that.
That's cool. I like that. So that's student engagement, but how do you even get students in the door in the first place? I mean, that's
Yeah.
where marketing comes in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And one of the key takeaways from all this research is that
SEO?
search engine optimization, it's more important than ever for higher education.
Okay.
But it's not just about using generic keywords anymore.
Right.
Universities really need to get laser focused on understanding exactly what their target students are searching for online.
So instead of just targeting college degree,
Oh, yeah.
you need to be thinking about specific programs,
Yeah.
even geographic locations.
Absolutely.
So best online master's program for data science in California.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I got it.
Those are what we call long tail keywords.
Long tail keywords.
And they're incredibly powerful for attracting the right kind of students to your programs.
Makes sense. It's speaking their language,
It is.
meeting them where they're already searching.
Exactly.
And one of our sources, Search Influence, they actually offer an SEO roadmap
Oh, wow.
specifically for universities.
That's cool.
And they talk about the importance of regular content updates,
Right.
social media integration for long-term success.
Yeah, it's like tending a garden. You can't just plant the seeds and walk away.
Exactly. You got
You have to nurture it,
Yeah.
provide constant care and attention.
It's a good analogy. I like that.
It highlights a key shift in higher ed marketing.
Oh,
It's not just about building a website
Right.
and waiting for students to come to you. You got to be out there,
Yeah.
creating valuable content, engaging on social media.
Be proactive.
Be proactive, exactly.
But it's not just academics that are influencing student choices these days.
Right.
Politics are playing a bigger role than ever before.
Yeah, absolutely. Students are looking beyond just the academics.
Okay.
They're considering the political climate of a campus.
Interesting.
Factors like political ideology, affirmative action policies,
Oh.
even the overall vibe and culture of the place.
That makes sense. I mean, these things can be deal breakers for some students.
They can be. It's a
Yeah.
complex issue
It is.
with no easy answers.
Yeah.
I mean, some people think colleges should be actively shaping the campus climate
Okay.
to promote certain values,
Yeah. Yeah.
Others argue for neutrality, fostering intellectual diversity.
That's a tough one. So where do you land on this?
Well, I think it's less about taking sides
Okay.
and more about being transparent.
Okay.
Students deserve to know what they're getting into.
Right.
Institutions need to be upfront about their values
Yeah.
and the kind of environment they're fostering.
So transparency is key.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's shift gears a little bit and talk about some of these marketing trends that are shaping the future of higher ed.
Okay.
One that kept coming up in the research was this idea of a personalization renaissance, where it's all about tailoring the student experience.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of innovative applications of data analytics.
Okay.
Think about it. Universities have a wealth of information about their students,
I do.
their academic interests, their career aspirations,
Yep.
even their preferred learning styles.
Wow.
By leveraging this data, they can create hyper-personalized messages and content.
So it's not just about sending out generic emails or brochures anymore.
Nope, it's about tailoring the message
Okay.
to each individual student.
I like that. And AI is playing a huge role in this, isn't it?
Huge role, absolutely.
Then you can think about AI-powered chatbots
Right.
that can instantly answer student questions.
Predictive analytics to anticipate enrollment trends.
Yeah.
You can even have personalized learning paths that adapt to each student's needs.
That's amazing. It's like having a custom-designed education.
It's getting there. It really is.
It is. But in a world of AI and algorithms,
Yes.
what happens to the human touch? I mean, do students even want that anymore?
That's a great question, and it leads us to another key trend,
Okay.
which is this emphasis on authenticity and transparency.
Interesting.
In this digital age, students are bombarded with marketing messages.
Right.
They can spot a fake a mile away.
Yeah.
What they crave are real-life insights, not glossy brochures.
So what does that look like in practice?
So think about showcasing real student stories,
Okay.
authentic campus experiences, genuine student outcomes.
I see.
Let prospective students hear from current students and alumni. Let them see what life is really like on campus
Got it.
and understand the real-world impact of a degree from your institution.
It's about showing, not just telling.
Exactly.
I like it. All right. And then one more trend that really stood out to me was this whole idea of immersive virtual experiences.
Oh, yeah. VR and AR are going mainstream in higher ed.
I've been hearing about this. So like virtual campus tours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine experiencing a college campus from anywhere in the world.
Wow.
You can walk through the quad, peek inside classrooms,
That's incredible.
even attend a virtual lecture.
That's wild. It feels like we're on the verge of a whole new era
It really does.
of higher ed marketing.
But
But before we get too carried away with all the shiny tech,
right.
we got to talk about money.
Yeah,
I mean, students are increasingly worried about the cost of college.
absolutely.
And frankly, whether it's even worth it.
Yeah, one of our sources had this startling statistic. 93% of prospective students
93%.
are stressed about college costs.
Wow.
And many of them are even questioning
Yeah.
whether a college degree is worth the time, money, and effort.
So it's not just about the sticker price anymore.
Nope.
It's about the perceived value.
Exactly. Students are asking tough questions.
Yeah.
Will this degree lead to a good job?
Right.
Will I be able to pay off my student loans?
Makes sense.
Is this the right investment for my future?
Yeah. So how should colleges respond to that?
Transparency is key.
Okay.
They need to be upfront and clear about the total cost of attendance.
Got it.
Demystify the financial aid process.
Yeah.
Give students the tools to make informed decisions.
So no more hiding the real costs or burying students in paperwork.
Exactly.
And it's not just about financial aid, right? It's
Right.
also about demonstrating that return on investment.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Show them the data.
Yeah.
Here's where our graduates are working.
Yeah.
Here are their salaries.
Give them the concrete examples.
Give them the real-world outcomes.
It's about painting a clear picture
It is.
of the potential outcomes.
Yeah.
Not just saying, you'll get a good job,
Right.
but actually showing them.
Showing them what's possible.
Yeah.
What it looks like in reality.
Yeah, I like it. Well, we've covered a lot of ground
We have.
in this deep dive into the world of higher ed marketing.
Yeah. It's fascinating stuff.
We've explored the challenges
Opportunities.
and the trends.
that are shaping the future of education.
Absolutely, yeah. It feels like we're witnessing a seismic shift, you know?
Yeah, it's exciting, but it's also a bit daunting, right? I mean, how did these institutions, many of which are steeped in tradition,
Right.
how do they adapt to such a rapidly changing landscape?
It's a real challenge, but one thing that came through loud and clear in these sources
Okay.
is that there's a real hunger for innovation in higher ed.
Interesting.
Universities are starting to recognize that embracing technology, data-driven strategies,
Yeah.
and this new way of communicating with students, it's not just an option anymore.
Right.
It's essential for survival. So it's not about, jumping on the latest trends just for the sake of it. It's about really using these tools to enhance the student experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The goal is not just to attract more students,
Right.
but to attract the right students.
Yeah.
And then to give them the support they need to thrive.
Absolutely.
It's about setting them up for success, both during their college years and in their future careers.
That makes a lot of sense. And we talked about a lot of these exciting new tools, personalized learning, AI chatbots, even virtual reality campus tours.
Yeah, it's amazing stuff.
It is amazing, but are there any downsides to all this tech? I mean,
That's a great question, and I think it's crucial to approach these new technologies with a critical eye.
okay.
For example, while personalization can be incredibly effective,
Right.
there are valid concerns about student privacy and data security.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Universities need to be incredibly transparent about how they're collecting and using student data,
Right.
ensuring that it's done ethically and responsibly.
So it's like walking a tightrope almost
It is, yeah.
between creating a personalized experience, but also respecting student privacy.
Exactly.
It's a tough balance.
It is. And, even when it comes to AI,
Yeah.
we have to be careful about assuming that it can fully replace the human element.
Right.
While chatbots are great for quick answers,
Sure.
students still crave that nuanced guidance and mentorship that
Yeah.
can really only come from real people.
It's that human connection, isn't it?
It is, yeah. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
we're dealing with real people with real hopes and dreams.
That's right. We can't forget that.
And that's where the authenticity and transparency we talked about earlier
Yeah.
becomes so crucial. Students need to see the real people behind the institution,
Right.
hear genuine stories from their peers,
Yeah.
and feel confident that they're getting an honest picture of what it's like to be part of that community.
It's about building trust,
It is.
which can be hard to do in a digital world.
Absolutely. And one thing we haven't really touched on much is the role of faculty in all this.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, with all these new technologies, these new teaching methods,
Right.
it seems like the role of the educator is evolving as well.
It is. Faculty need to be comfortable using online platforms,
Yeah.
engaging with students in virtual environments,
Right.
even incorporating data analytics into their teaching.
It's a whole new way of thinking about teaching and learning, isn't it?
It is. It's a new pedagogy.
Yeah, and it's not just about the technical skills either.
Right.
It's about creating a sense of community and connection,
Yeah,
even in these new learning environments.
exactly. Faculty play a vital role in fostering a welcoming and inclusive atmosphere,
Absolutely.
whether it's a physical classroom or a virtual one.
Right.
Building relationships and making students feel supported is key.
That's so important. But let's be honest, not every professor is going to be thrilled about these changes.
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, some are probably pretty attached to traditional teaching methods.
Right. Change can be difficult.
Yeah.
And there will likely be some resistance.
Sure.
That's why it's so vital for universities to provide support and training
Yeah.
to help faculty adapt
Okay.
and embrace these new technologies.
Meet them where they are.
Meet them where they are. Exactly.
Give them the resources.
Give them the resources to succeed.
That's key. And it's not just about faculty either, right?
Yeah.
It seems like everyone across the institution needs to be on board for this to really work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
From admissions and financial aid to student support services, alumni relations.
Right.
Every department plays a role in shaping the student experience.
It's true.
A cohesive and integrated approach across the entire university
I like that.
is essential.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Yes.
Where every part is working together smoothly.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that requires
Yeah.
clear communication, collaboration, and a shared commitment
Okay.
to student success across all levels.
I like that. One of our sources mentioned scholarship promotion as a marketing tool. And it got me thinking, are scholarships just a way to lure students in?
Right.
Or can they be something more?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
While scholarships can certainly attract students,
Right.
they can also be a powerful tool
Okay.
for promoting access and affordability.
Interesting.
Universities can use scholarships strategically to target specific demographics,
Got it.
like first-generation students or those from underrepresented backgrounds.
Okay.
It helps level the playing field
Yeah.
and create a more diverse and inclusive student body.
So it's not just about giving money away.
Right.
It's about using scholarships intentionally to achieve specific goals.
Exactly. And think about the impact on the students themselves.
Yeah.
Receiving a scholarship, it's not just about the financial assistance.
Right.
It's a vote of confidence.
It is.
It's a recognition of their potential.
That's a good point.
And it can be a huge boost to their confidence and motivation.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of finances, we talked about the concerns that students have about the cost of college.
Yeah.
But what about the institutions themselves? I mean, are universities financially sustainable in the long run?
That's a really complex question that's being debated across higher education.
Okay.
You know, the traditional model that's heavily reliant on tuition revenue,
Right.
it's becoming increasingly unsustainable.
Yeah, I can see that.
Enrollment numbers fluctuate.
Sure.
Students are more price conscious.
Right.
And costs keep rising.
Yeah.
It's a challenging financial landscape.
So what are universities doing to adapt?
Well, they're exploring alternative revenue stream.
Okay.
Things like online programs,
Okay.
partnerships with businesses,
Yeah.
increased fundraising efforts.
Makes sense.
It's about diversifying their income
Right.
and finding creative ways to fund their mission.
And probably being more mindful of expenses as well.
Absolutely.
Right.
Doing more with less
Yeah.
is the new reality for many institutions.
It's tough, but
It's tough, but it's essential for their long-term sustainability.
it's about making sure that these institutions are around for generations to come.
Yes.
So they can continue to educate and inspire future leaders.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the bottom line, you know.
Right.
It's about ensuring that higher education remains accessible and affordable
Yes.
for all students,
Absolutely.
regardless of their background or their financial means.
It's about preserving that transformative power of education.
Exactly.
Well said. On that inspiring note,
Yeah.
we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have
We talked about the challenges facing higher ed.
the innovative solutions emerging,
Yep, and the complex financial realities.
the financial realities. Yeah.
But there's one piece of the puzzle that we haven't fully explored yet.
And what's that?
We've focused a lot on what institutions can do
Right.
to adapt and thrive.
Yeah.
But what about the students themselves?
Good point.
What role do they play in shaping the future of higher education?
That's a great question. We've talked about their needs,
Right.
their concerns, their expectations.
Yeah.
But what about their agency,
Yeah.
their voice?
Right.
Do they have a say in all of this?
I like that. And I think they absolutely do.
They do. Students are not passive recipients of education.
Right.
They're active participants
Yeah.
who can shape their own learning experiences
I agree.
and influence the direction of higher ed as a whole.
It's about empowering students to be advocates
Yes.
for their own education.
Encourage them to speak up,
Yeah.
share their perspectives, and demand more from their institutions.
I love it. So it's not a one-way street.
It's not
It's about building a partnership
a partnership. Yeah.
where both sides are listening
Right.
and learning from each other.
That's where things get really interesting. When students have a voice
Yeah.
and are empowered to co-create their educational experiences.
Yeah.
We see a shift from a transactional model of education
Okay.
to a truly transformative one.
So it's moving beyond just delivering information
It is.
and towards igniting a passion for learning,
Yeah,
a sense of purpose,
absolutely.
a desire to make a difference in the world.
You put it perfectly. That's what makes me optimistic
Yeah.
about the future of higher ed.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing the immense potential
Yeah.
within each student and empowering them to unlock it.
It's a beautiful vision.
It is.
But how do we get there? What are the concrete steps that universities can take
Yeah,
to make this vision a reality?
it starts with listening.
Okay.
Universities need to actively seek out student perspectives,
Right.
not just through surveys,
Right.
but through genuine dialogue,
Okay.
open forums.
Got it.
They need to involve students in decision-making processes,
Interesting.
from curriculum design to campus planning.
Wow, that's big.
And they need to create a culture where student feedback is not just welcomed,
Yeah.
but actively sought out
Okay.
and valued.
So it's about kind of shifting the power dynamic.
It is, yeah.
Giving students a seat at the table.
Give them a seat at the table.
And recognizing them as partners in shaping the future of their education.
Partners, exactly. It's a fundamental shift in mindset.
Yeah.
From seeing students as consumers of education
Right.
to seeing them as co-creators
Why is that?
of their learning experiences.
It's a powerful idea.
And when you make that shift, amazing things can happen.
Like, yeah, this reminds me of something we talked about earlier, this idea of authenticity and transparency.
Yes.
It seems like that applies not just to marketing,
Right.
but to the entire student experience.
You're absolutely right. Authenticity and transparency need to be woven into the fabric of the institution.
Wow.
From how they communicate with students to how they make decisions.
Yeah,
Students can smell hypocrisy a mile away.
they can.
They need to see that the university is walking the walk,
Right.
not just talking the talk.
Actions speak louder than words.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about building a genuine connection
Yeah.
based on trust and mutual respect.
I like that.
It's about creating an environment where students feel
Yeah.
seen,
Right.
heard, and valued.
And when you create that kind of environment, students are more likely to thrive.
They are.
Not just academically, but
Right.
personally and professionally.
Absolutely.
They're more likely to graduate with a sense of purpose,
Yeah.
a passion for making a difference in the world.
And ultimately, isn't that what education's all about?
It is equipping students
Equipping them.
with the knowledge, the skills, and the mindset
The mindset.
to go out and make a positive impact.
Precisely. And when we view education through that lens,
Yeah.
it's not just about getting a degree.
Yeah.
It's about empowering individuals to reach their full potential
Yeah.
and to contribute to building a better future for all of us.
I love that. That's a powerful message. So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what are your final thoughts? What's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
If I had to boil it down to one thing,
Okay.
it would be this. The future of higher ed hinges on embracing change.
Embracing change.
Embracing change. Letting go of outdated models.
Yeah.
Embracing innovation.
Okay.
And above all, putting students at the heart of everything they do.
Students at the heart.
Students at the heart.
Right.
That's the key.
I like it. It's about recognizing that we're not just preparing students for the world as it is,
Right.
but for a world that's constantly evolving.
World in flux, yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And that requires a different kind of education.
It does.
One that fosters adaptability,
Adaptability, yes.
creativity,
And a lifelong love of learning.
lifelong learning. That's the key.
Wow, we really have covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
Super.
You know, from the student engagement crisis to
Right.
the rise of AI
Yeah.
to this changing financial landscape of higher ed.
It's been quite a journey.
It has.
So as we wrap up here, where do we go from here? What does all this mean for the future of higher education? Feels like we're standing at a crossroads.
I think we are at a pivotal moment.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
the decisions that institutions make today are going to shape the future of education for generations to come.
It's a big responsibility.
It is.
So what does that future look like? I mean,
Yeah.
it's both exciting and a little bit scary, right? So you imagine.
It is. We can't, predict the future with certainty.
Of course.
But the trends that we've been talking about,
yeah.
they definitely paint a picture of what's to come.
Okay.
Technology,
Yeah.
it's going to continue to revolutionize how
Yeah.
we learn and teach.
Right.
We're going to see, even more personalized learning experiences,
Okay.
AI-powered tools, these immersive virtual environments.
It's really about, I guess, embracing those advancements
Yeah.
and finding creative ways to integrate them into the educational experience.
Absolutely. And alongside that technological evolution,
Yeah.
there's also this growing emphasis on student centricity.
Okay.
The universities that really prioritize student needs,
Right.
personalize the learning journey, provide that comprehensive support,
Yeah.
those are the ones that are going to thrive.
So it's really about putting students at the heart
At the heart
of everything they do.
Absolutely.
I like that. And let's not forget about outcomes, right?
Right.
I mean, students and their families, they want to know
Yeah.
that this investment in education
Yeah.
is going to pay off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're looking for tangible results.
Right.
A clear path to a fulfilling and financially rewarding career.
So it's not just about getting a degree anymore. It's
Yeah.
about acquiring the skills and the knowledge
The skills, yeah.
that translate into real-world success.
Exactly. And that means,
Yeah.
Going beyond those traditional academic disciplines,
Okay.
universities need to equip students with critical thinking, problem solving, communication, collaboration.
These are the soft skills we hear so much about.
Soft skills, essential skills, whatever you want to call them.
Right. The things that employers are really looking for.
Yeah, the kind of skills that are going to be in high demand no matter how the job market evolves.
That's a good point. It's about preparing them, not just for the jobs of today,
right?
but for the jobs that haven't even been invented yet.
You got it, yeah. We're in an era of rapid change.
Right.
And adaptability is key.
It is.
Instilling in students a love of learning, a thirst for knowledge, the ability to embrace new challenges.
It's how you future-proof them.
You got it. That's how you future-proof them.
I like that.
Yeah.
But amidst all these, all these changes and advancements, there's one fundamental element that I think will always remain crucial.
And what's that?
Human connection.
Yes.
I think about the relationships between students and faculty.
Right.
The bonds that are formed within the campus community. The mentorship that guides students along their educational journeys.
Yeah, these are the things that truly make education transformative.
It's that human element. It's that spark of inspiration, that connection with a mentor who believes in you.
Absolutely.
Those are the things that no algorithm can replicate.
No algorithm can replicate that. You're right.
And so as we look to the future, it's essential to remember that technology should enhance, not replace human interaction.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance between leveraging the power of technology and nurturing those invaluable human connections.
Absolutely.
That make education so much more than just acquiring information.
It's about the whole person.
It is. It's about the whole person.
So as we conclude this deep dive into the future of higher education, what's the one key takeaway you'd like our listeners to ponder?
I would leave them with this thought.
Okay.
What if the future of higher ed wasn't just about adapting to change, but about co-creating it alongside students?
Co-creating it?
Yeah. Imagine universities that actively involve students in designing curricula, shaping campus culture.
Interesting.
Even defining what success looks like.
Wow. That's a powerful idea.
It's a future I would be excited to see unfold.
It is. It's a powerful vision.
It is.
And a reminder that the future of higher education isn't preordained.
Right.
It's something we can actively shape and influence.
Exactly. It's a call to action.
Yeah.
For institutions to be bold.
Okay.
To be innovative.
Yeah.
And above all, to put students at the center of their mission.
I like that. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Into this ever-evolving world of higher education. It's been a fascinating exploration, and I'm eager to see what the future holds.
You too.
Well, thanks again for joining us.
It's been a pleasure. Until next time.
Until next time.
Keep learning.
Keep learning.
Keep questioning.
Keep questioning.
And keep pushing the boundaries.
Push the boundaries.
Of what education can be.
Awesome. Thanks again.
Thanks.